Hey peeps, since it's Suicide Awareness Month, I wanted to put up some videos, and you guys asked me to do some serious talking videos where I'm sat down, looking at you, talking to you directly. So I'm not going to be all like blah and jumping around, because obviously, as you asked for, you wanted serious topics where I sit down, put my old glasses on and just talk to you guys. So what I wanted to talk about suicide is a cry for help. Now what I mean by that is, what is the main thing that happens when people do commit suicide, sadly, is people always say the following statement: I didn't know. I didn't know. Did you know? No. Did you know they were low? No. And the reason is because suicide is seen as a weakness, and sadly, because it's seen as a weakness, no one talks about it before it's too late. People just go through it. Some people are lucky enough to get the help, but some people cannot open up, and it's a hard thing to do, especially with a topic like that, to tell someone else, I want to take my life. That's not easy in the slightest to say to someone. No one wants to say it, and that's why most people go through it. It's easier for them to go through it than to actually say to people, listen, I'm thinking of doing this. So they go through it. And as I said, everyone always says the same thing: why, how, where? But the thing is, no one's gonna cry for help. And that's what I'm trying to get across, that sometimes checking in on people isn't enough. What do we do as people, especially in the UK? We say the same thing. Oh, hi, how are you? I'm good, thanks. You? Not too bad, thank you. Okay, boom, conversation done. Now in that conversation, you didn't find out anything that happened with that person. Realistically, everyone says the same thing: I'm good, I'm fine. But is everyone good and fine? If that was true, half the stuff that is going on wouldn't be happening. Half the people wouldn't be committing suicide. Everyone wouldn't have mental health issues and be super low, because everyone would be smiling all the time and happy. But the thing is, people do stay like this, smiling all the time, but internally, this is what they look like. Internally, they want to cry, they want to pull their hair out, and it gets to a point where it gets so much and it builds up and it builds up and builds up till, sadly, they take their life. The easiest way we can try to stop this and bring the numbers down a lot of suicide rates is by checking in on people. And I don't mean hounding people, how are you, but actually asking someone, how are you? And when they say, oh, I'm okay, thank you, double check. Are you sure? Is there anything I could do for you? Are you sure you're okay? And I know some people are, not everyone's gonna open up. It's not gonna be like you're gonna say to someone, oh, are you okay? And they go, oh, I'm great. And you say, are you sure? And they go, wow, let me just tell you this. Sometimes you do need to pry. Sometimes you need to open the door a little bit to get, because no one wants to come forward and say, listen, I feel suicidal, I might take my life next week. Who's gonna do that to you realistically? No one. You're gonna get a text, sadly, a call to say this person has gone. And the reason why is because they don't wanna come forward. And it is hard to open up. I've been in a situation, you don't wanna tell people how you're feeling inside. And it gets to a point where you think it is easier to just go through with it than to ask for help, or to, because it's the, as I said, it's this weakness. People presume that you'll be seen in a different light when you tell people about suicide. Everyone will be like, oh my god, this person, they want to kill themselves. It's not like that. If you're watching this video and you have ever felt suicidal, or you do feel, you can open up to anyone. Speak to me if you want. I've been in deep, dark, suicidal place. If you want, speak to me about the situation. Thank God I didn't go through with it, but I could have. There's always two possibilities, and there is a time when I was thinking about it and was going to go through with it. So if it's not me, I'm going to put some numbers up here, and I don't know which side it's on because I'm this first time editing the video, but I'm going to put some stuff up here for you to look at, for you to call. It doesn't just have to, obviously when I'm doing these videos, I'm not just saying I am your only port of contact. Contact any of these numbers, call people, talk to your friends, your family, whatever it is. Just remember, if you're the person who feels suicidal, you can go to anyone you want. Just open up. And I know some people, they can't open up to their family, they can't open up to their friends, it's hard. So find someone outside of your group. If you're scared to open up to your group because you don't know what's gonna happen, or your family might, I don't know, you can't open up to your family, find someone else. All these numbers that I've put up on the screen and everything, you can call them, you can talk to people, go to people on Instagram who have suicide pages, speak to them, speak to different people, just get it off your chest. And it's such a weight, because what happens is it builds up, and then eventually you go through with it. Whereas if some people stepped inside to say, listen, you're an amazing person, you're this, you're that, you don't need to go through it, and talk this person. You can always, it's like a salesman. Someone tries to sell you something, you can sell the person who wants to commit suicide on the idea of not doing it, and show them that they're an amazing person. And to the people who aren't going to commit suicide but don't know what's going on in people's head around them, no one's going to give you a cry for help. No one's going to come to you and ask you this, like, oh, guess what, next week I'm thinking of committing suicide, then just walk off. No one's going to say shit like that. So you need to be proactive in making sure. I'm not saying you need to be on suicide watch for every single person and going, are you going to commit suicide? Don't go in with that approach. Just talk to people, see how they're doing. Make sure that when they tell you they're okay, they're not just saying it to end the conversation. Make sure they're actually okay. Double check in on them. Just say to them about your day. Tell them how you had a bad day. Say, oh, well, I'm glad you had a bad day. I've been having a shit day. Because when you talk about your experiences, people are more likely to talk about theirs. If you say to someone, oh, I'm glad you had a good day, my day was kind of shit, I had this, then it might be, well, to be honest, mine wasn't as good as I said it was. And then you get talking to people. So remember, people are never going to cry for help. So you need to help them. And vice versa, for the people out there, if you're watching this and you have felt suicidal, do feel suicidal, please, please, please talk to people. It is too late once you've done it to go and talk to people. You need to talk to people now. At the end of the day, you deserve to be on this earth. You've come to this earth for a reason, and you deserve to be here. You don't deserve to come here to feel so shit that you take your life and go back up to the heavens. You need to stay here. So just talk to people, please.